What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingNews.com and welcome back to another one of our previews. Well, it's a big three prep weekend coming up here in horse racing. Should be a lot of fun. Really, all the three of these races, they have their own things about them that are going to make them interesting. For this one, let's go to Aqueduct, Saturday, February 1st, race 7 on the card. It is the Withers Stakes. I'll put the field up now. It will be a field of 7 here as they go 1.125 over that Aqueduct oval. It's a race that over the years probably doesn't get a ton of credit or a ton of hype, and I get it. A lot of years that we don't see the absolute best horses running here. We have had some good ones though. We've had a Preakness winner run here. Early voting was in the Withers, and like I said, ended up going on and winning the Preakness. So Hit Show, that's another one that's was in a race like this and didn't win anything of note, but on the Triple Crown Trail, I should say, but was in those races and competitive for sure. But anyway, let's get to this year. We need a winner. Let's see if we can get one here, and let's go through the field of 7. Number 1 is Global Steve. Pretty interesting horse here, shipping in from Parks after 2 straight 7-furlong victories. Broke the maiden and then went on to win a stakes race, $75,000 stakes. Again, going 7 furlongs, the Parks Future Star Stakes. And both times pretty nice off the pace victories as well. And I like that about Global Steve. So we'll see. Parks to Aqueduct, that does usually translate okay. Pedigree doesn't really smile in an eighth, but that's not always the end all be all of things. Horses can outrun pedigrees for sure. Working really well. I think it's a good race to try. If it doesn't go his way, you kind of know what you got. You can take him back to Parks and do whatever, or maybe try a shorter distance, like a Gotham or something. But I think it's a good race to kind of try. He's earned it. He's earned his way here. I think he's in with a little bit of a chance for sure. The number 2 is Surfside Moon. This is one I don't particularly care for too much. One win. It did come over the turf at Delaware in a maiden special weight. Tried dirt next at Laurel, did not do much. Tried, Stakes Company on the turf at Belmont at the Big A, didn't do much in that one either. 5 starts, 1 win, 1 third. The third did come on a dirt race and was a maiden special weight on the dirt there at Delaware. Did run okay going 2 turns in that win at Delaware, but again, it was on the turf. The horse does have a pedigree that says, going 2 turns would be just fine. Going longer, going 1.125 would be just fine. Can he handle the dirt? The dirt races just haven't been very good at all. And really, from a speed figure standpoint, even the turf races weren't great either. I don't have a lot of interest in the 2. The number 3 is Corvis. Another one I don't have a ton of interest here. This New York bred was second, beaten 12.5 on an allowance last time out here, a New York bred allowance. Had open company 2 races back, got beat by Cyclone State, ICANN, and Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim is in this race. Of course, Cyclone State was able to win last time out right here at Aqueduct. So pretty nice win there. Those horses aren't bad that came out of it, but Corvis not really close to any of them. Did break the maiden 3 back in a maiden special weight for New York breds, but that is the only win of 6 starts. Now, let's talk about the number 4. Let's talk about that allowance that I just mentioned where Cyclone State was able to win and win pretty nicely, and then went on and won pretty nicely next time out in the Jerome. Uncle Jim, you're not going to see odds by Uncle Jim because he was a coupled entry, and one of the entries scratched. I believe it was either in the post parade or at the gate. And I'm not 100% sure what happened. I was watching that day. I don't quite remember it, but anyway, Uncle Jim was bet heavy before he had to run for just purse money only. And I think everybody kind of thought this was the next star. On debut at Keeneland, the horse wins by 3 lengths. Everything looked good. And they came up here to this allowance and got third, beaten 3.5, and just wasn't, wasn't close really to it. So do we see some kind of improvement going 1.125? Was that just kind of a poor race? Will he bounce back? I'm kind of skeptical. I'm not sure. He needs to show us a whole lot more. And I'm not sure the stretch out is really going to be what he wants to do either. We're going to find out a lot about Uncle Jim. I'm not going to be shocked if he kind of bounces back and we go, oh, okay, that's why he was bad hard a couple times, because he's got talent. But I am going to kind of go against here. I don't know. Again, no odds. Why would odds be out on a Wednesday? But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty skeptical here. I think he's going to be a little bit of a shorter price. I don't know if I want to play him at a short price. The number 5 is Mo Quality. Look out for this horse here. Got beat on debut by a horse named Touchy. Not a bad horse for Wesley Ward. Second race at Churchill Downs, was able to get the job done. Stretched out to 2 turns for the first time, going a mile and a 16th. Was defeated by Coal Battle by 4 lengths in that Smarty Jones there at Oaklawn Park. So if you watch that race, it was not great. Coal Battle was good. The rest of the horses weren't that good. But the good news is Coal Battle has now won 2 in a row, 2 Kentucky Derby prep races in a row. So that's good. The horse that finished second to Coal Battle in the Remington Park Springboard Mile came back to win the Southwest. All good stuff. It's just visually, I haven't really been impressed with Mo Quality. So I'm not going to play him to win. I'm not going to be shocked if he runs okay here. He's just not for me on top. I think underneath is where I'll end up putting him. All right. Finally, number 6. Well, I shouldn't say finally, but we move on to the number 6, Captain Cook. I'll just kind of make it, I don't know, simple is the word or not, but his win going 7 furlongs in the slop on December 28th here at Aqueduct, it's the best looking win of them all. He looked really good in that race. Really, really good. And he looked sharp. He looked like a horse that might be, something of pretty good quality. So I liked it. I think he can stretch out. I think he is going to be the speed here. I think he'll get the lead, stretching out from 7 furlongs to a mile and an eighth. He was right up on the pace that 7 furlong race. I think he gets the lead here. I think he can outrun Uncle Jim to the turn, and I think he's going to try to take him gate to wire, and I think he's got a good shot to do it. So I like him. You do have to stretch out to a mile and 8. I know, practical joke out of an Indian Charlie mare. I know people are going to be laughing and saying, I don't know. But I don't know. These practical jokes, some of them have been able to run a mile and 8 and be okay. I'm not overly worried about the pedigree, especially in a race like this where there's not a ton of great horses in here. I think Captain Cook is the one to beat. So I like him quite a bit. Like I said, when you watch these other horses, you don't really see a lot of flash, but out of Captain Cook, you kind of see that he's got maybe a little more overall talent. We'll just kind of have to see if he'll handle the distance. Who knows about that? And you never know until they do it. And then finally, the number 7 is Omaha Omaha. And this is a horse that won 2 in a row, a 1 at Delaware in a maiden special weight, and then an allowance at Laurel. Came up to Jerome off that 2-race win streak and was a decent second, beaten 3.5 by Cyclone State. And again, I thought Cyclone State was pretty good that day. He's not a world beater, Cyclone State, but I think he's very solid. And Omaha was good. He ran okay, and he ran on, and he just couldn't quite get there. Going a little bit longer here. Horses by Audible out of a Kitten's Joy mare. You could see with that pedigree, with Kitten's Joy influence, why they may have tried the turf the first time there at Delaware. But it seems like the dirt's the best distance, or the best surface. And I think the distance is within the realm here, going a mile and 8 for this horse. So I think, again, I think he'll close up. I think he'll make a pretty good run. I don't know that he'll get all the way up to win. But I think if you want to kind of play him in this spot, there's definitely worse horses that you could play. All right. So that is the field of 7. And I'm going to go with the number 6, Captain Cook, to win this thing. Probably by the preview, the way I was talking about him, you kind of knew that that's where I was going to go. Look, I thought it was really impressive, his maiden special weight last time out. I don't know if he can go this far or not. I can tell you that, if he gets out there to a lonely enough lead, which I kind of think he's going to do, that might carry him, even if the pedigree gets a little bit iffy. There's only one horse that's come back out of that race and raced, and that was the the 5th place finisher of the race, Still Vengeance. He came back to win. So again, it's hard to say, exactly, how good that race was with only one horse to come back, but at least that one horse that came back was a winner. So end of the day, I'm going to go number 6, Captain Cook. I don't love anybody in here. I'm not just like crazy excited to bet anybody in here. But I do think Captain Cook And, I'm not going to bet Uncle Jim, the 4-horse, but I do think you could look at him and go, he's got some upside. If he bounces back from that last race, maybe he could be a decent horse. Maybe Mo Quality could be decent. Captain Cook, we'll see. Global Steve, maybe he's one that could jump up. It's that kind of race. You kind of got to just pick your poison, take your horse you think's got the most talent, and hopefully they can bring it home for you. So for me, that's number 6, Captain Cook, to win the Withers. All right, guys, that'll do it for a preview of the Wither Stakes live from Aqueduct Saturday, February 1st. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do this. And most importantly, good luck if you're playing Aqueduct on Saturday.